One of the most challenging things to learn about the Dutch language are words that are not translatable into other languages. And there are many of them in Dutch, and you will learn them in this lesson. Hallo lieve vrienden. So there are many Dutch words that cannot be translated into a single word in another language, and I'm usually referring to English. So let's go through some of these words that are very common, and you will learn what they mean. Before I go on, please like and subscribe if you want me to continue and expand my reach, so I can bring you this valuable content for a long time to come. Okay, first word, uitwaaien. So that is what I do. I like to do with my family. If we want to go out to the sea, to the shore, we go to the beach. When it's windy, and it usually is windy at the beach, then you will just go and stroll around on the beach with all that wind in your hair, right? So that is what we call uitwaaien. So waaien means the wind blowing, right? And uitwaaien means, literally, it would mean you will let the wind blow stuff out of an object. In this case, you will let your worries blow out of your mind, right? By the wind. So that is uitwaaien. It's a nice feeling on your skin. Now you know what that means. Another word, of course, the most famous word in the Dutch language is gezellig. And gezellig means, it comes from the word gezelschap. So that means to be together with someone or a group of people. So, do you want to keep me company? In Dutch is, wil je mij gezelschap houden? So, the word gezellig refers to being together with other people. And you can probably translate it into English best as a cozy atmosphere. And sometimes it's also used sarcastically, right? So, if I would say, I will be all by myself this weekend. Ik zal dit weekend helemaal alleen zijn. And the person I'm telling this says, oh, gezellig. So that's a bit sarcastic, right? Because I'm not with someone and it's not a nice atmosphere. Well, but usually if it's used in the right way, you will just say, het is gezellig. You can also use it in a sentence, right? If you want to invite someone, you can say, do you want to spend time with us? Right? And you use the word gezellig. Wil je gezellig bij ons komen? Do you want to come to us in a cozy way, right? So we can have fun together. Hopefully this is more clear now what gezellig means. Another word is koukleum. So that is someone who is always cold. So people who need really thick sweaters while other people just are in t-shirts, right? Because that person is always very cold. That is a person who we call koukleum. Wat ben jij een koukleum? Boy, you are a koukleum. The word natafelen. That is a word that belongs to having dinner or lunch together, and you stay a while after you're done eating just to talk, right? It's really gezellig, and you stay at the table with a drink, with some coffee, with some wine, whatever you drink, lingering on after the meal. That is natafelen. And another word is uitbuiken. That is also something that you do after a meal. So buik is your tummy, and uit is out, right? So if your stomach is full, then if you're really, really full, then you can see it, right? You have a round belly, a little bit. So you will just maybe sit a little lower on your chair, right? So you can give a bit room to your tummy, and you can stay and relax that way. So that is uitbuiken. Give your tummy a little room, right? Okay. Another word is in traffic. Someone who comes in the opposite direction towards you is called een tegenligger. So if you want to pass someone who's driving really slow, then you have to mind the oncoming traffic. Then you will say, kijk uit voor tegenliggers. Watch out for the oncoming traffic. Another important word, and I'm really surprised that this word doesn't exist in English, that is your neighbor, referring to if it's a male or female, right? So in English, you don't make the distinction between male or female for a neighbor, but in Dutch we do. So a male neighbor is buurman and a female neighbor is buurvrouw, right? Man en vrouw. Another important Dutch word is zwijgen. That means being silent or staying silent. So if someone asks your opinion and you think it's wiser for you to stay silent, someone asks, heb je hierover een mening? Do you have an opinion about this? And your answer is, I'd better stay silent. Then you could say, ik kan maar beter zwijgen. Another word is meedenken. That is to think along with someone, right? So if you ask someone to think with you about their idea, you can ask, wil je met mij meedenken? Another word that you will need in the office is collegiaal. That means being generous among colleagues, right? So if I am getting up from my desk to go get a drink, then it is really friendly, right? Or really generous to ask if the one close to me also want a drink, so I can bring it along. So that is collegiaal. Het is collegiaal van mij om te vragen wie wil drinken. It is collegiaal to ask who wants to drink. Another Dutch word that cannot be translated literally into English is kinderwens. So couples who want a child and they have a wish to have a child, that is what we call kinderwens. So if I want to say they want to have a child for a long time, then I would say zij hebben al lang een kinderwens. Another word is the word borrel. So that is literally a drink, an alcoholic drink. And this word is not only the drink, but it's also the get together to have drinks, right? So a Friday afternoon drink with the team, that is a vrijdagmiddagborrel. And the final word that I want to teach you is lusten. That is to want to eat something, right? So if you would ask someone, do you want a coffee? Wil je koffie? They could answer, ik lust er wel een. I would like one. So lusten is liking to have a drink or something to eat. And if you don't like to eat something, like I don't like broccoli, then you would say, ik lust geen broccoli. All right. If you have something to add, if you have more words that you cannot find a translation into another language, please share them in the comments. And if you have something to ask, then also please share in the comments. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next lesson.